2012, and welcome again to another year with the Back Post, bringing you all the games from the Southern Premier League and in fact around the state. With me here I've got Julius Ross, founder of the Back Post, as well as a reporter for the Mercury. Jules, we're in for an exciting year, aren't we?
It's going to be a fantastic year, Callan. I think this weekend is going to be a fantastic one for all the fans out there to come out and actually see some soccer for the first time in months.
Yeah, fans have been starved of football for the most of the break. Certainly there have been some interesting practice games, warm-up matches around the Southern Premier League parts, but look, tomorrow night marks the first test, I guess, for many teams, and we kick it off with the Olympia Warriors versus Glenorchy Knights. So, a heated clash, I'm sure, Jules.
Yeah, certainly it's going to be a very interesting game, given the fact that Chris Hay, the new Glenorchy Knights coach, was obviously an Olympia coach last year, was sacked. His son has now moved to Knights, so that's a little interesting spin on the game. Obviously, Olympia actually have got a few injuries, got a few outs for this game. They've got Jaden Hay obviously off to the Knights. They've also got Brady Cronk. He's gone to Queensland, and unfortunately for Olympia, they haven't got the South Melbourne signings anymore. Josh Colosimo and Jake Vandermeer. So it's going to be a very interesting game. But they have also signed a former Knights player, again with a little bit of a twist, is Janko Begovic, who many fans might have remembered, who actually did play for the Knights a few seasons ago. Yeah, look, without Josh and Jake, you'd think Olympia might be a little bit weakened from last year, but knowing them, knowing the club they've got and the supporters they've got, they'll come out and give it a fairly big showing tomorrow night. We move into Saturday, and another big clash with Clarence versus Kingborough Lions. Kingborough Lions have recruited very well over the summer break. Clarence, maybe not so much, but again, a big rivalry there. And Jules, what are your thoughts on that game? Well, I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game to kick off the Saturday fixtures. I think, obviously Kingborough's, under Matthew Rhodes, they're going to be a really interesting outfit this year. I think they're going to be more determined to win games. Obviously, they underachieved, in my point of view, for most seasons. The last probably 3 or 4 seasons, they really should have made the finals, and they haven't. So Summer Cup is really a competition where they can show what they're made of for the season. I think, obviously, they're more of a tight-knit group, I think, under Rhodes. So it'll be interesting to see. Whereas Clarence, I think maybe with Ronnie Bolton, I don't know too much about what's happening there, but I think Ronnie's a very good coach, and obviously he did well with the women. So hopefully we'll see an interesting Clarence outfit.
Yeah, look, Andrew Brown's a character that I'm sure the club will miss. Colourful, vibrant. Certainly the media love him, we do. And it'll be interesting to see how Ronnie takes that and how he steers the ship. From a Kingborough Lions point of view, they've got some great leaders down there. We're talking about, David Cooper, Coop the Loop. We've got Marcello Marchioli, if I pronounce that right. I hope I have, Marcello. Some really good, solid players in that team that you would think bodes well for them this season. Saturday provides another interesting clash. Early afternoon, I think it's a 1 PM kickoff.
That's right.
We've got South Hobart versus Newtown Eagles. Obviously, they showed down in the state title playoffs at Aurora last year. Newtown Eagles were a bit deflated after that loss. Went to overtime, of course, and South Hobart ended up the victors. Jules, how do you see that one playing out this weekend?
I think that's a massive, massive fixture, given last year those two teams are so evenly matched. I think Newtown really had the measure of South last year, which a lot of teams in the Southern Premier League haven't in a long time. So I think it's going to be a very, very interesting clash, given the fact also that South has lost a lot of their players from the championship winning team last year. Obviously Captain Dan Brown's gone, Jonathan Lowe's also headed off, Tom Roach is off to nowhere. We don't know really where he is. We haven't heard a blink out of him for a while, so it's going to be very, very interesting. Obviously under Ken Morton they've got a lot of talent, a lot of young players coming through. Even his son Nick Morton even might get a gig in the Summer Cup, and he's really looking promising. So from Eagles' point of view, again, they probably haven't signed too many players, but I think they're a very tight-knit group, and they really do perform well under Steve Pitchford.
Yeah, look, and if you've got the likes of Alex Gordon up front, you've got your McEwen, who is undoubtedly one of the better strikers in our league down here. Certainly that'll be another really interesting tussle. But given that they do play, back to front pretty quickly, McEwen might just find that if it is dry here on the weekend, that the ball just holds up just that little bit, and it might be harder to play a little bit on the break like that, certainly given that it's such a small, compact ground here.
And I think that will actually suit Newtown, given the fact that Clare Street is quite a narrow pitch as well, so I think that actually might, they might feel quite at home here.
Jules, a club that's, I guess, perhaps underperformed over the last couple of years, Tilford Zebras. For many years they've been a strong club presence down here in the Southern Premier League. but perhaps even with their personnel, certainly last year, much was talked about, but they failed to deliver. This year they've recruited very well again. They've got the Donahue, Foley Donahue boys under their wing now, and I know John and Pat are both very skillful players. They play on Sunday, the early fixture, I think it's 11 AM, Zebras versus the newcomers, University. How do you see that one playing out?
Well, it could be a very one-sided match, given the fact that Zebras have been looking very sharp in pre-season training. Eamon Kelly, the new coach there, who's obviously everyone knows, who used to be the Knights coach in 2010, has really put them under a really rigorous training regime, and I think they've been training about 3 or 4 times a week for very decent sessions. I've heard they've been put through the beep test and all sorts of things, so I think Eamon Kelly has been a fairly hard taskmaster with them. So I believe, looking at University, one of the new clubs, obviously they want to make an impact, but I believe Zebras are going to be too strong in that game. The fact that they've also signed Aaron Brasendale, who everyone remembers was at the Zebras a couple of seasons ago, he went and played for the Sunshine Cross up in Queensland. But yes, I think signings like him, John Foley Donahue, who's also in great form in pre-season, I can't see anything but a Zebras victory.
It's hard to see that, certainly with Brazza back in the list. He provides some pace. Again, he's got that experience. He's played state many years ago, certainly with the likes of Callum Pask in the team. But no, in all seriousness, Brazza, great pickup for them. Who do you think will be the standout for both teams going into the match, Jules, given that Zebras have got such a strong list? Who do you expect to perform, over and above for Zebras this year and on Sunday?
Well, I really would like to see Aaron Brasendale come out firing again. It'd be great to see him on the local scene, see if he's picked up any new skills or how far he has developed up in Queensland. Obviously, we believe it's a higher standard up there, so it'd be great to see Aaron in really good form in this tournament. Obviously, John Foley Donahue, I believe, has really picked up a level since moving from South Hobart, so it'd be great to see him perform, and also the likes of Ricky Self, those sort of regulars that are with Zebras, really perform as well.
Yeah, and look, the students, let's move to them quickly, promoted this year. A bit of an unknown quantity for sure, and I'm sure that they'll still be waiting on a few players that'll be coming back from perhaps the north or northwest coast. Do you know much about them, Jules? Have you heard much rumours about players for them?
I haven't actually, Callan. I mean, it's been quite quiet from their part, but I also believe, early in this sort of campaign for University, they do take a little bit of time to start, and so it's going to be very interesting. I believe Julian Proud might still be at the club, so he's obviously a very big stalwart for them and a very talented player. So there's the likes of also Aaron Hindmarsh, who's also a very good player. I believe he's there and part of their outfit this year, and I really rate him as a great player, one of the very talented midfielders in Tasmania. Yeah, look, and let's not forget that University have got a long tradition of playing in statewide cups, state titles. They've been there or thereabouts for the past, I would say, 10 years, perhaps 15, perhaps longer. I mean, maybe past my years, Jules. But I'm sure they'll give a good account of themselves. Certainly. But like you, I can't see anything but a Zebras win in that game. Yeah, look, and what a fantastic opportunity for us to say. It's great to be here at Warriors Park. The surface is looking good. Yeah, sure, we've got a little bit of rubber crumb here, but by and large, it looks great. The guys are over the back preparing as we speak for tomorrow night, and I'm very excited for the start of the Summer Cup. I know you are, Jules. Definitely. And we can't wait to bring all the action to you live from the back post. Don't forget to tune into the live blog. Follow us on the Twitters, which is the _back post. And you can follow us on Facebook as well. Like us, do all of that sort of stuff. And look, we can't wait to hear from you. Any questions, shout them out to us, and we look forward to coming to you live tomorrow night. My name's Callum Pask. Julius Ross.
We'll see you soon.